Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is July 22nd, 2025, and we're diving into General Motors' second quarter earnings report for 2025. Joining us is John, senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to discuss General Motors' latest financial performance.
Let's get started with a brief overview of General Motors. Known for its innovative approach in the automotive industry, GM is pushing towards an all-electric future with its diverse range of vehicles. Today, they released their Q2 2025 earnings report. John, what are the highlights?
General Motors reported a revenue of $47.1 billion for the second quarter, with a net income of $1.9 billion. Their EBIT adjusted came in at $3 billion, and they maintained their full-year financial guidance. It's a mixed bag, with some areas of concern, but also some positive notes.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. General Motors reported a revenue of $47.1 billion for Q2 2025, which is a slight decrease from last year. John, can you elaborate on this?
Absolutely. The revenue saw a 1.8% decline compared to the same quarter last year. This was primarily due to a decrease in vehicle sales volume, particularly in North America. However, the company managed to maintain a net income margin of 4.0%, which is commendable given the challenging market conditions.
And what about their profitability?
GM's net income was $1.9 billion, down from $2.9 billion last year, reflecting a 35.4% decrease. The EBIT adjusted also saw a decline of 31.6% to $3 billion. These figures indicate some pressure on profitability, likely due to increased costs and competitive pressures in the automotive sector.
EPS performance and analyst expectations. Now let's talk about earnings per share. Analysts had forecasted an EPS of $2.45. How did GM perform in this regard?
General Motors reported an adjusted EPS of $2.53, which is a beat against the forecasted $2.45. This is based on a survey of 8 analysts. Despite the challenges in revenue and net income, GM managed to exceed expectations on the EPS front, which is a positive takeaway for investors.
What does this EPS beat signify for GM?
It indicates that GM is effectively managing its costs and operational efficiencies, even in a tough market environment. This could be a result of strategic cost-cutting measures and a focus on high-margin products.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. John, let's discuss GM's operational efficiencies and their future outlook. What are the key points here?
GM reported an automotive operating cash flow of $4.65 billion and an adjusted free cash flow of $2.83 billion. These figures are lower than last year, but they still reflect a strong cash position. Importantly, GM has maintained its full-year financial guidance, signaling confidence in their strategic initiatives and market position.
What can investors expect from GM moving forward?
Investors can expect GM to continue focusing on its transition to electric vehicles and leveraging its technological advancements. The stable guidance suggests that GM is optimistic about navigating the current market challenges and capitalizing on future growth opportunities.
CFO insights. Finally, let's touch on the insights from GM's leadership. What did CEO Mary Barra and CFO Paul Jacobson have to say?
Mary Barra and Paul Jacobson hosted a conference call to discuss the results. They emphasized GM's commitment to its strategic goals, particularly in the EV space. The leadership's confidence in maintaining the full-year guidance reflects their belief in GM's resilience and ability to adapt to market dynamics.
How does this leadership communication impact investor sentiment?
Clear and confident communication from leadership can significantly boost investor confidence. It reassures stakeholders that the company is on the right track and has a solid plan to achieve its long-term objectives.
Key takeaways. As we wrap up, let's summarize GM's performance this quarter. Despite some challenges, GM reported a revenue of $47 billion and a net income of $1.9 billion. They exceeded EPS expectations with an adjusted EPS of 253, and their full-year guidance remains unchanged. John, any final thoughts?
GM's performance shows resilience in a competitive market. The EPS beat and stable guidance are positive indicators for investors. However, the decline in revenue and net income suggests areas for improvement. Overall, GM remains a strong player in the automotive industry.
Thank you, John, for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on GM's performance in the comments below. Until next time.